आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु ओम शांति शांति शांति. Chandogyopanishad, first 5 chapters, Upasana chapters, we have concluded. The last 3 chapters, that is 6, 7 and 8, are dealing with Brahma Vidya, very famous in the entire Vedantic teaching. The 6th chapter happens to be Sadvidya Prakaranam. Sadvidya Prakaranam. Sat means pure existence, Shuddham Brahma. Sat means pure existence. Vidya means knowledge or teaching. Teaching about the pure existence. The Swarupa Lakshanam of Brahman. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. In Taittiriya we saw that Satyam alone, short form is Sat. Sat means existence. You have to write capital E. Existence means capital E. That is the teaching here. 7th chapter also Brahma Vidya only. 8th chapter also. In the 3 chapters, the dialogue between Shvetaketu and Uddalaka in this 6th chapter. The dialogue between Uddalaka and Shvetaketu, the Sadvidya teaching is given here in the form of dialogue. Uddalaka happens to be the father come guru, and his son Shvetaketu happens to be his son as well as Sishya also. This is the dialogue between the Uddalaka and Shvetaketu. In Bhuma Vidya, that is in the 7th chapter, Narada Sanatkumara Samvadam. Here Uddalaka Shvetaketu Samvadam. 7th chapter is Samvada between Narada and Sanatkumara. Sanatkumara is the teacher, Narada is the student. 7th chapter. There also Bhuma Vidya is, that is called Bhuma Vidya. Then 8th chapter also is a Samvada between Indra and Prajapati. Indra is the student, Sishya. Prajapati happens to be the Guru. Prajapati Brahma. The Vidya is known as Turiya Vidya. They call it as Prajapati Vidya, but is almost Mandukyam. Therefore, we can call it as Turiya Vidya. Now come to the 6th chapter summary, we will see. This 6th chapter has got 3 topics. It has got 16 sections, 69 mantras in 3 portions. That means 3 topics. First topic is Akhyayika, the story introducing the Guru and Sishya. First 2-3 mantras. Then second topic is Srishti portion. Srishti means creation. Uddalaka teach how the Srishti has come. There Brahman as Jagat Karanam he presents. Uddalaka presents Brahman as Jagat Karanam, very, very important portion, Srishti Prakaranam. Then the third topic is Mahavakya Prakaranam, a portion which reveals that Jivatma Paramatma Aikyam. Mahavakya Prakaranam means, Mahavakya means a big statement, a great statement that which reveals the Jivatma Paramatma identity, Aikyam. This is the third topic. There Sat Eva Chit, Chit Eva Sat, it is presented. First Sat you have to understand at the objective world. Then Chit you have to understand at individual level. That Sat alone is this, Chit alone that Sat. Both are one and the same. These are the three portions. Now Akhyayika occurs in the first section. Then second to eighth section Srishti Prakaranam. Second section to eighth section. Then 9th to 16th section Mahavakya. Sections divided now. First section is only Akhyayika. The second to 8th sections are come under Srishti Pradhana portion. Srishti Pradhana section. Then 9th section to 16th section Mahavakya Pradhana portion. What is the Akhyayika? Even though there is only few mantras, Akhyayika is very big because the story is very important story here. One day Uddalaka called his son Shvetaketu. Swamiji, Puja Swamiji's favorite subject and favorite name, Swamiji calls this Shvetaketu as Ketu. Generally father calls children like that only. Come Shvetaketu here. Shvetaketu came. He is a 12-year-old boy. See, now you have to study Vedas. You should not remain as just a Brahma Bandhu. Brahma Bandhu means Naam ke vasti Brahmana. Jati Brahmana irukakudadu. You should not just remain like a Jati Brahmana, but you have to become a real Brahmana. How? When you go to Gurukulam and study Veda for 12 years and come back, then only you are a real Brahmana. Until now, in our families, nobody is like a Brahma Bandhu. Not just like a Jati Brahmanas. Every one of them went to Gurukulam and they have done lot of study. Veda Adhyanam they have done and they came. Like that you also must follow the same. Therefore go to Gurukulam. No. Then Shvetaketu, the 12-year-old boy, just he went to Gurukulam. And after 12 years he came back to his father. So 12 years age he went. After 12 years he came. How many years he has now? 24 years. He came to his father. And father looks at the boy. Now, this boy has got a lot of vidya garvam, lot of arrogance. Anuchanamani. I know everything. I am a learned person. That arrogance came. Vidya dadati vinayam. Generally, Vidya has to give vinayam, humility. But unfortunately, Shvetaketu, instead of getting humility, he got arrogance, pride, Vidya garvam came. And father looked at him the way he is looking the son. His looks itself, look itself has changed, his son's look. And the way he is walking, the way he is talking, father observing his son. Then father called him. You have got lot of pride, you have got lot of arrogance. Vidya garvam has come to you. have you learnt what you have to learn by knowing which everything has known? Have you learnt that? Avijnatam vijnatam bhavati amatam matam bhavati. By knowing which everything is known, by thinking which everything can be thought of, that you learned from your teacher. Then this boy said, no, I don't know. What is it? Then father said, that is nothing. You have to know what is the cause. One cause, you can know all the products. He gives 3 examples, father. If you know the clay, you can know all earthenwares. Eka mrit jnanena sarvam eka mrit pindena. By you just knowing the clay jnanam karana vijnanena sarva karya vijnanam bhavati. All earthenwares are known. Similarly, if you know one gold, which is the substratum cause, you can know all ornaments. The gold is the cause. Similarly, if you know that iron, that all metals like nail cutter, nakha nikrantanena. Father says, nakha nikrantana appave irundhathu. Mantralla varum. Nail cutters, they also have that. Nail cutter made up of iron. If you know one iron, all iron articles, things you can know. Like that. Eka karana vijnanena is jagat karanam. If you know, you can know everything in this creation. Have you learned that from your teacher? Then this boy says, if I stayed with my teacher 12 years, if you would have known that, he would have taught me. I have been with him from past 12 years. If you would have known that subject, he would have taught me. That means my teacher also do not know. This is what arrogance. I didn't ask my guru do not know that. Then he asked one plus point. Father, please you teach me that, he asked. Please you teach me. That is plus point. Okay, then father said, my dear son, Shvetaketu, come on, I will teach you. Then this is the story part. Then father is going to teach about this Satvidya. By knowing which everything is known. Eka vijnanena sarva vijnanam bhavati. Paravidya. By knowing paravidya, all aparavidyas are as good as known. By knowing akshara vidya, paravidya, care of Chandogyopanishad. Akshara vidya or paravidya, if you know, it is as good as knowing all other aparavidyas or materialistic science. Worldly sciences you can know. Now come to that second portion, Srishti Pradhana section. We have to see. He says, Uddalaka says, Sadeva Somya idamagre asid ekameva dvitiyam. Hey Somya, Somya he calls, oh pleasing one. Oh pleasing one. My dear son, there was only Sat. Sat alone was there at the time of creation. At the time of creation, Sat alone was there. Nothing is there. Creation is going to take place. What was there? No, only Sat. Ekameva. Secondless. Advitiyam. Secondless, non-dual, one entity principle, fundamental principle, that is Sat alone is there. Uddalaka says, some people say Asat alone was there. Asat, non-existence alone was there. How from non-existence anything can come? Some people say, he asks. Asadeva Asit, that is wrong. Satya only is there. From existence only something can come. From non-existence, anything, how can it come, my dear son? Therefore, Sat alone was there. Existence alone is there. Tamilallo sollanamanna irupudal, irukkira tanmai. Englishla easiness, easiness. இருக்குன்னு சொல்கிறோம் இல்லையோ, அந்த இருக்குங்கிற தன்மை இருப்புதல் தான் எக்ஸிஸ்டன்ஸ். சத்துன்னு பேர். அதுக்கு தான் சத்தியம்னு பேர். சத்தியம்னா நாட் ஸ்பீக்கிங் ட்ரூத், சத்தியம். Further he asks, please father tell me further, he is asking, go on asking. Then father said, you have to understand that Sat, she wants to become many. I want to become many. Tat tejo asrujata. What that Sat did, it has created that fire principle. Tejaha asrujata. Then what? Like a child getting a story listening from the parents, no? Then what happened? Then what happened? From fire, water. Fire wants to become many. Then it became waters. Then what happened? Then water also want to become many. It became like a earth. Then what? This Sat want to enter all these fire, water and earth mixed together. Fire is having the red color, water is having white color, earth is having black color. Their guna, their properties. They all became friends, three of them. Fire, Agni Tattvam, Jala Tattvam, Prithvi Tattvam. They became mixed each other, like Deepavali sweets. You give to that right side neighbor, left side neighbor, and they will also give you, and you eat all the three varieties, this side, that side. Of course they also eat, is it not? You give it to them, they give it to you, and you eat all three varieties, and they also eat, this person also eat. Like that, this fire and Jalam and Prithvi grossification took place. The red color little bit gone to that waters and earth. The white color it gives lends to fire and Prithvi. And the black color the Prithvi gives to little bit to fire and waters. Now three of them, once they become Agni Devata, Jala Devata and Prithvi Devata, this Sat Atma principle thought, let me enter in them. Let me enter in them Jiva Rupena, as reflected consciousness. Let me enter in them as Jiva Rupena Vyakaravani. Let me enter as Jiva form, who Sat Paramatma, having created three elements, entered that Devatas as Jiva. Paramatma became Jivatma. Having entered in them, he want to become many, and in the form of Chidabhasa, reflected consciousness. Then how do you know that Chidabhasa has entered, that Sat alone is there? How to understand? The Uddalaka tells, you see, whatever you see in the creation, Surya, Chandra, Vidyutu, everything is having three colors: red, white and black. Three colors are there. Any object you see, these three varnams you can see in them. Then comes to the individual also. In individual also, Prithvi, from Prithvi, Annam. Water, fire, what all came at individual level is given. That I'll elaborate you now. Agni Devata, in the fourth section, those three gunas he has explained. Then Vacharambhanam Vikaro Namadheyam. All these names are only Vacharambhanam, only verbal level they are. Sat alone is real. Sat plus Nama Rupa. Sat plus Agni Nama Rupa. Sat plus Jala Nama Rupa. Sat plus Prithvi Nama Rupa or Annam Nama Rupa. These Nama Rupas are changing, modifications are taking place, they are unreal. Sat is inherent, Shuddha Sat. Nama Rupa are Vishesha Amsha, Sat is Samanya Amsha. Sat is Samanya Amsha. Nama Rupa is Vishesha Amsha. Modification is there, change is there. That's why it is called Mithya. Namadheyam Mithya. Sat alone is Satyam. That Sat is you are. Tat Tvam Asi. You are that Sat principle. How to understand? Further he goes to that elaboration. Come to the fifth section, human body he comes. Annam. First you take Annam. Human body is made out of Annam. Sat plus Annam. Human body is also made out of Annam. In the Bhumila Annam la Sat irundadinala, in the human body is also Sat plus human body. Made out of Annam. Adakada Annamaya Kosham. Number one. Annam. Annam, that is called Prithvi, has got gross form, gross portion, subtle portion, subtlest portion. Very important topic. Prithvi has got gross portion, subtle portion, subtlest portion. Water also has got gross portion, subtle portion, subtlest portion. Fire also has got gross portion, subtle portion, subtlest portion. These three are there in the human body also. In what form they are there? That is important. In what form they are there? He says, flesh is transformed. That Annam, gross form, converted into first malam, fecus. Whatever is going waste, that is the gross form of Annam. Sthula Annam go as waste. Whatever you eat, idli, dosa, masala, anything, what you eat, the gross portion is go as a waste material, fecus, in the form of motion. That is gross portion of Annam. It will not help to the body. That's why it is waste. It go out, waste portion. Then the subtle portion of Annam converted into mamsam, flesh. That subtle Annam only in the form of flesh. Then subtlest portion is in the form of mind. Subtlest portion of the Annam is converted as mind of the human being. Subtlest. The subtle portion converted as mamsam. So your Annam is divided into three. Whatever you eat, Diwali, all sweets put together. Some has gone waste. So Sukshma has gone to that flesh. That's why everybody increased 2 or 3 kgs weight after Diwali. Flesh increases. Then the mind, the subtlest portion of Annam goes to the mind. So it helps to growth, for growth. Subtle portion helps for growth, and subtlest portion helps for the mental growth. Then comes to the water. Water's gross portion is converted into, that sthula bhagam converted into urine. Then subtle portion is converted into blood. Whose? Water's subtle portion. That's why blood is what form? Mixed with water. Sukshma bhagam. Then subtlest portion of water is converted into pranam. Ati sukshma nartham. Subtlest na ati sukshma bhagam of waters. That's why you have to drink more water. It goes to that prana. If you don't take water, that's why prana mein poidum. That's why they do fasting and all. This annahazar and they take water. Without food you can survive. Without water you cannot survive. Prana, life will go away. That's why a person can survive with water also. Life can be survival. It's possible. Then fire, 3 again. Gross, subtle and subtlest. Gross portion of the fire converted into bones. Fire is always Agni, Ushna Tattvam, oil, ghee, all this comes under the butter, all oil, Agni Tattvam. Therefore, you take more oil, more ghee, sood jasti ayadam, bodambula. That's why Ayurveda is based on this only, Chandogyam. So, the gross portion of the fire is converted into bones. That's why you don't take oil also, change போயிடும் இதெல்லாமே ஜாயிண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாமே எல்லாருக்கும் முட்டி வலி ஏன் வருதுன்னு கொலஸ்ட்ரால்னு சொல்லி ஆயில் சாப்பிட்றதில்லை எல்லா கேஸ் அதுதான் இப்போது நிறைய ஜாயிண்ட் ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் தான் வராங்க முட்டி ப்ராப்ளம் என்னென்னா கொலஸ்ட்ரால் ப்ராப்ளம் தட்ஸ் வை ஐ ஹவ் ஸ்டாப்டு ஆயில் டோட்டல்லி என்ன தென் வாட் ஹேப்பன்னா ஜாயிண்ட் ப்ராப்ளம் ஹேஸ் கம் நவ் யூ see the connection என்ன கதை இது That's why what I have to say, use little oil. The connection is there. You have to use little oil. The lubrication, one joint to another joint is connection is there. Is supported by another joint. Say this joint koncha lubrication is required. Therefore, oil is required. Moderate you have to take. Okay, that is bones. Then subtle fire. Sukshma bhaga of fire, Agni, is bone marrow. Bone marrow. That is what I said. Bone marrow, that small, soft portion will be there between joint and joint. That's called bone marrow. Then, subtlest, ati sukshma bhaga of fire is converted into speech, walk. Annamaya gummi somya manaha, apomaya pranaha. Tejomayi Vakanar. This is the word. One sentence lo cholitaru uddalaka. I am talking on and on. Annamaya gummi somya manaha. Subtlest form of annam is mind. Hey Shetaketu. Apomayam hi pranaha. Apaha, waters, is the prana. Tejomayi Vakanar. Speech is coming. So therefore, he gives another example in the 6th section. You churn the butter, the curds. If you churn, first in the curds you don't see oil, ghee. Once you churn, first gross curds you churn. What comes? Little solid butter comes. Still you have to boil that ghee, butter, then only ghee comes. Like that. When you are seeing the curd, can you see the ghee? But afterwards, churning only, you get the ghee. Like that, it is in the subtle form. So therefore, mind, speech and prana are all in the subtle form in the body. You cannot see the mind. You cannot see the prana. Just as you cannot see the ghee in the curds. இதெல்லாம் நிறைய அழகா எக்ஸாம்பிளோடு சொல்லுவார் எல்லா எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ் தான் நிறைய யூ கேனாட் சி த பிராணா யூ கேனாட் சி த மைண்ட் யூ கேனாட் சி த பிராணா யூ கேனாட் சி த ஸ்பீச் கேன் யூ சி த ஸ்பீச் வை என்ன தேர் ஆல் அதி சூக்ஷ்மம்னு இப்போ யுவர் ஸ்பீச் யுவர் பிராணா அண்ட் யுவர் மைண்ட் ஆர் கனெக்டட் டு வாட் கோ பேக் அகெயின் ஃபயர் வாட்டர் அண்ட் அன்னம் Fire and water and annam came out of what? Sat. Sadeva somya idamagra asit tat tejo asrujata. So you have to go back to again Sat you will stand. From Sat 3 elements, From 3 elements body. How do you know from 3 elements body came? சாப்பிடாமல் இருங்க ஒரு நாள் தெரியும், தண்ணி குடிக்காமல் இருந்தால் தெரியும். பாடி டெம்பரேச்சர் டெம்பரேச்சர் இருக்கா இல்லையா, அக்னி தத்துவம். ஸ்பீச் இருக்கா இல்லையா, all other beings also make some noise or not, they also make some noise. So the vak, prana and you can see in the jalam tattvam, you can see 3 elements are there. Irka illiya? That's what he says. You have to know the karanam of this entire jagat. Sat moolam anvicha. May you discover that moolam, moola karanam. Then he says, 7th section, Shodasha Kala Purushaha. 15 days, father asked, you have doubt still. You don't want to believe in Annam, Prana, all these things and all. Annam, what? Prithvi, Annam, Jalam, Jala Devata, Agni Devata. You are not having still belief. Here, Shvetaketu, 15 days ni upavasam pannu. 15 days without food. Drink water. After 15 days you come. Then Shvetaketu did upavasa for 15 days. After 15 days he comes to his father. Sit and come on, read, chant Rigvedam, Yajurveda, Samaveda. Rigvedam avadu, Samavedam avadu, Yajurvedam. Oru mantram varamatingiradhu vaayilande. I have not taken food for 15 days. I am not able to chant, father. Okay, then go and eat food, come. Then he goes and eat food. After some time he comes back. Now you chant? Yes. He chants Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda. Why you are not able to chant, my dear son? Father, I have not taken food. Therefore speech has not come. The Shodasha Kala Purushaha, all the Sukshma Indriyams are not able to function without Annam. Therefore, my dear child, understand you can survive only because of Annam. Without Annam, speech cannot come out. This Shodasha Kala Purushaha we saw in Prashnopanishad also. I said, Jalakaryam, prana will go away. If prana, no, see, he has to survive, no, Shvetaketu. Andukana thanni matra kudiyappa nu sonnaru. So he can survive. Jala karyam prana. So jalam mulama pranam can survive. But without food, speech cannot come out. Then 8th section lo father says, now this son asked us, father, tell me what is that Satya Principle. Sat Principle is that into which all beings dissolve. Sushupti, I will teach about that Sushupti. Every day you are sleeping, everyone is sleeping, I will explain about that Sushupti. Just as one bird, it tied with a thread to one rock, and the bird fly here and there, flying and tired, and its legs are tired. It cannot go more than that distance, so it has to fly and come and sit again, come back, again flies and it come back. Like that, human beings, all sense organs also, minus eye, shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, all sense organs, buddhi, manasa, chitta, antakarana, all will work in the jagrata avastha, and tired of body is tired, mind is tired, sense organs are tired, everything is tired, and goes to sleep. Where? Into that Sat. Where from they have come, where from the bird has started flying, it has to go there and take rest. Similarly, all the sense organs under rest. Mind also totally under rest, passive condition. And early morning, immediately, get up. And they get up, start functioning. Like that Sushupti Avastha. They have to merge into Sat Brahman. Every one of us in sleep, where we are going, வீடு, நம்ம வீடு அது சத். அதுக்கு தமிழில் மோட்சத்துக்கு வீடுன்னு பேர். அறம் இன்பம், அறம் பொருள் இன்பம் வீடு தமிழில். தர்ம அர்த்த காம மோட்சத்துக்கு தமிழில் அறம் பொருள் இன்பம் வீடு. அறம்னா தர்மம், பொருள்னா அர்த்த, இன்பம்னா காம, வீடுன்னா மோக்ஷ. வாட் இஸ் அவர் வீடு? எவ்ரிடே வி ஆர் கோயிங் டு அவர் வீடு. எப்போ? நாட் இன் த கிளாஸ், ஓகே. Night in the sleep, every one of us go to our house. That is why they say, wherever we go, தூக்கம் வராது நமக்கு. நம்ம வீட்டுக்கு போயினா தான் தூக்கமே வரும். அப்பா நம்ம வீட்டுக்கு வந்து சேர்ந்துட்டோம் அப்பா, நம்ம நிம்மதி பாருங்க. அது மாதிரி இட்ஸ் a joke for us, really speaking. மோக்ஷம் வர வரைக்கும் the jiva can never have rest. That's why every one of us in sleep very happy, very very happy. That's why he gives this Sushupti example. Then Annam is the Bijam, water is come from that like a sprout madri. Bijam, water, and the Jalam, Prithvi, both are interconnected. என்னென்ன ஜல காரியம் தானே பிருத்திவி, அன்னம் இல்லையா? So similarly, water and annam both are helping to this body to survive. In the fourth mantra, in that Brahmanam, it says very important, Moolam Anvicha. Moolam Anvicha. Body, Moolam, you have to find out. What is the Moola Karanam of body? If you find out, you will go to Annam. What is the Moola Karanam of Annam? If you inquire, it will go reach to the waters. What is the Moola Karanam of waters? You find out fire. What is the Moola Karanam of fire? Sat. Akasha Vayu you have to supply. Okay. In the sixth mantra he says, at the time of death, walk merges into mind. In the sixth mantra of eighth section he gives, at the time of death, the speech will slowly stops. Person cannot talk. What happened? That speech has merged into the mind. And mind also what? People are coming and asking, Janas Imam, do you know me? Do you know me? Do you recognize me? No, mind is not able to recognize because mind has merged into prana. Uir irukku, ஆனாலும் mind cannot recognize. Grandfather, grandson, daughter, and all are standing. Son, daughter, all standing. Till 1 hour before work, பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கேன்னு என்ன ஆச்சுன்னா, the mind has absorbed in the prana. So these are all Uddalaka is telling to Shvetaketu. Oh Shvetaketu. Then prana also slowly merge into Taijasa. Total fire principle. And then once prana goes, what happened? Body become cold. ஏன்னா இந்த உடம்புல இருக்கிற இந்த பிராண ரூபமாக இருக்கிற அக்னி தத்துவம் merges into total fire principle. So prana goes to fire principle. Why? Its cause. It has to go to its cause. Prana is the karyam, fire is the karanam. Therefore karyam has to merge into karanam. When? At the time of death. Where from it has come? Body has come, prana has come because of fire. Now it has to go what? Into fire. Then fire goes into what? Sat. It merges into Sat principle. Paramatma. Who is that Sat? You are. Tattvamasi Shvetaketo. Tat Sat Tvam Asi. Shvetaketu is so curious. Father, please teach me further. 9th section he starts. He gives a lot of examples now. Madhu Drishtanta. Why this much Sat is my nature? Why? people are not able to recognize. Why I am not able to recognize separately? You cannot recognize. For example, Madhu Drishtanta he gives honey. What do you mean by honey? Honey is nothing but a honey bee. That bee brings that jasmine and the honey from each flower it brings and puts in the honey bee hive. And after bringing that honey in bottle, you are having a Dabur honey. You can see the jasmine honey is this. Rose, from rose this honey has come. Once that bee took that honey into its mouth, and can you decipher it is a jasmine honey, it is a rose honey, it is from that flower, this flower? Can you? What when you are taking 1 spoon of honey? Indalo enna jasmine honey, enna rose honey, can you decipher? Can you classify? No, it's not possible. Like that, it loses its individuality. When you go to sleep, when you merge with Sat, daily sleep is like really every day we are getting it moksha only. Anala theriyadu namakku, adha problem. Okay, that is moksha sthiti, veedu. But we do not know. So there, you in sleep, sushupti, just as you do not know the honey separately, because everything is merged. Once in sleep, all of us, either you are female or male or Indian or Tamilian or you are staying in Madras, Chennai, you are a human body, you are having mind, edavadhu gnapakam irukka anna? Taniya gnapakam irukka? No. Honey only one, but you cannot recognize anything. Ellame merge aayiduthu. Adu madri body, Indian, Tamilian, and all notions have merged into Sat. That's why everybody likes to go to sleep. Any one of you say, I don't like to go to sleep, Swamini. தூக்கத்துக்காக எவ்வளோ கஷ்டப்பட்டியாவது செத்தம் வராமலே என்னென்னமோ கஷ்டப்பட்டு இருக்கோம் தூக்கத்துக்காக. ஒரே ஆனந்தம், குஷி தூக்கத்தில். ஒன்றுமே தெரியாது. எதர் ஐ மேல் ஆர் ஃபீமேல், மைண்ட், பாடி, காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ், ஹஸ்பண்ட், ஒய்ஃப், நத்திங். ஈவன் தீபாவளி ஸ்வீட்ஸ் எல்லாமே டப்பாவில் இருக்க, வீட்டில் ஒன்றுமே தெரியல. அதுதான் சத்து. வேர் ஆல் டிஸ்டிங்ஷன்ஸ் ஆர் dissolved. Then in 10th section, from that Sat only I have come, like from, the boy is asking, I have come from that village, I have come from this village. Just people say, no, why can't this person also say, I have come from Sat and Cholalam, everybody? Is it not? I have come from Sat and Cholalam. 10 varsham solli koduthaanu kuda solla maatadu. I have come from Sat, like from village. One person is coming, I am telling I am come from that village, this village. Appudu sollalame ani Shvetaketa asking. Father says, you cannot say like that. Why? That then the rivers, he gives example. Once the river Godavari, Krishna, Yamuna, Narmada, Ganga, all rivers just flow to that ocean. These rivers can talk each other. I have come from Himalayas. After merging in the ocean, can Ganga stand separately and say, I have come from Himalayas, I have come from Gokarnam, Godavari, I have come from Gokarnam. Like that, each river can, a Kaveri can say, I have come from so and so place. No river can claim. You cannot see any river separately. All rivers are mixed. இது வந்து கங்கா river, இது வந்து நான் அங்கிருந்து வந்தேன் இங்கே சொல்ல முடியுமா? Similarly, when you merge in the Sat, every one is one and the same. From there I have come angaradu kadiyad, because what is there na sadeva asitana. What you are talking is mithya. This nama rupa is mithya. There is no coming at all. What was there? Ganga, Yamuna, all are water. That is why we are all what now? Water. We are all Sat. This name and form, అది మిథ్యా అన్నారు. సో గంగా నేమ్ ఈజ్ వాచారంభణం వికారః. Yamuna name is Vacharambanam Vikarha. There is no Yamuna at all other than water. There is no Ganga other than water. There is no Kaveri other than water. But Kaveri, Ganga, Yamuna is water. Vacharambanam Vikaro Namadheyaha. Jalameva Satyam. Adi Madri, Krishna, Subbarao, Govinda, Lakshmi, Saraswati. In the names alla vechirikome. இந்த லக்ஷ்மி அந்த லக்ஷ்மி பேரெல்லாம் வச்சுருந்து இதெல்லாம் வாச்சாரம்பணம் விகாரோ நாமதேயம் சத் ஏவ சத்யம். சத் ஓன்லி சத்யம். சத் ஏவ சத்யம். அகம் அஸ்மி ஏவ சத்யம். கதம் அஸ்மி இஸ் மித்யா. I am is satyam. What I am is vacharambhanam. I am female is vacharambhanam. I am male, I am so and so is Vyavaharika Satyam. Sat is Paramarthika Satyam. It is ever existence. This is temporary existent. Anityam. Anekam. Namarupam Anekam. Atma Sat is Ekam. That Atma Tatutvam Asi. 9 times he says. Madhu example ko 1 time Tattvamasi Shvetaketo. River example one Tattvamasi Shvetaketo. Like that every time he says that example. Then Vriksha example he gives. Once you cut the branches, it will sprout again. You cut this side branch, again it comes. The life principle is there. Sat and the உயிர் இருக்கு. And the உயிர்ங்கிறது இருப்புதல் அங்கிறது இருந்ததுனால still it is growing. Therefore what is the moolam? Tree is. Tree is. The easiness is there, it survives. As long as it is there, it survives. Again, if father asks, bring one seed. From that banyan tree, go there and bring one seed. He brought one seed. Break that seed. He has broken that seed. After breaking that, one small seed came. Again break it. He has done that. Chindi. Chindidukku appuram see where is banyan tree in that. Kaanume. Banyan tree is there inside. You cannot see it. Sadrupena asti. It manifests later. What is that sat? Tat tvamasi shvetaketo. It's in the 11th section. 12th section Nyagrodha banyan tree. Bhitti ani solluva. Bhitti anna you cut it, not breaking, cut it. Then 12th section he gives an example. Then he says, Father, how to find out this sat? I want to see this sat. You cannot see the sat. I'll give you one more example. Come on, bring the salt and the uppu katti kondu va. Then bring water also in the water. 12th section another example, that is salt water example. 4th example, for honey example is 1, river example is 2, then vriksha example 3, then seed example is 4, and salt water example 5. Then he brings that salt and puts in the water and mix it. This nice experiments pandar parungo. Nalla mix pannita. Come on, find out where is the salt. Can't mean salt. Taste the water. Bottom water, taste salty. Right side water, salty. Left side, salty. Up top water, salty. Is there salt or not? Yes. Can you see the salt? You cannot. Similarly, sat you cannot see. You have to understand. How? You cannot see the sat. You cannot see the salt with your eyes. But you have used another pramanam. Through the tongue only you are able to taste it. Can you hear? The salt is there. This hearing, Shrotra Indriyam cannot function. அதுக்குன்னு தனி பிரமாணம் யூஸ் பண்ணணும். எனக்கு உப்பு காணுமே என்ன கண்ணுக்கு தெரியாதப்பா, காதுக்கு தெரியாது, நாக்குக்கு தான் தெரியும். ஸ்பெஷல் பிரமாணம் யூ ஹாவ் யூஸ்டு. சிமிலர்லி சத்து தெரியணும்னா குரு கிட்ட போகணும், சாஸ்திரம் படிக்கணும். யூ ஹாவ் டு யூஸ் செப்பரேட் பிரமாணம். எப்படி உப்பு தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்காக டு நோ த சால்ட் இன் த வாட்டர் யூ ஹாவ் யூஸ்டு செப்பரேட் பிரமாணம். In spite of other pramanams, you left eyes, ears useless. You have understood only through the tongue. Similarly, Sat can be recognized, discovered only through Mahavakyam. Not through your eyes or tongue or ears or any by skin or any mind, intellect, buddhi, everything cannot function, enter into that field. Guru Mahavakya Tat Tvam Asi Shvetaketo. You are that Sat. Understand. Then he gives another example, sixth example, Gandhara. One person taken away by the robbers. And the robbers tied his hands and tied his eyes also, and secretly they took him to that desert from Gandhara Desham. And they drop him in that forest, and they took whatever he is having, and they left him there without leaving the hands and eyes tied fully. And this person is crying, and please show me Gandhara Desham, how to go then. One person came and saw this person, Pavan Choli. He removed his and ropes and all what they are tied, and he removed, afterwards he removed his from that eyes, then that cloth from his eyes, and that person said, you go this way, you can reach to Gandhara Desham. Then this intelligent person, Brahmana, asked after going somewhere how to go to Gandhara Desham. Again he went some more distance and he asked how to go. Then finally he reached Gandhara Desham. Like that, all ignorant people are in that like desert samsara, aranyam. They cannot know by themselves what is their real nature. Their eyes are like jnana chakshus have to be opened. So one guru has to come. Apta vakyam is required. Like that Pandita gave some apta vakyam. So your jnana chakshus have to be opened, and the apta vakyam, mahavakyam has to be given by apta bandhu, guru, and then only you can be guided. Then only you can know the Sat. That Sat you are. You are not the body-mind complex. You are not sthula shariram, sukshma shariram, karana shariram, which is made up of three elements here. And the three elements ki moola karanam, Sat. Therefore you are moola karanam. You are that Sat, substratum of this body-mind complex. Sat is there, I am is there. That I am is called Sat. I am Lakshmi, I am Meenakshi, I am Kalpavalli, that are all Nama Rupa, Vikaraha, Namadheyam, Mithya. So that is the example, Gandhara example. Then he gives the seventh example, goes to a the person who is going to die. And the death person, you see how one is merging. One is merging. Ada janasimam. Prana merges into fire, fire merges into water, water merges into earth. So therefore he merges into what? Earth is. So fire is, and fire gone, fire goes merge into Sat principle. That easiness will never go. Easiness continues. Then he gives last example, eighth example. One thief has stolen certain things and caught by that soldiers, and the Raja asked him, you catch this burning rod because you have done mistake. You are not telling the truth. You have only taken the things, the gold, everything. And no, I have not taken. He is telling lies. If you are telling lies, therefore you need a punishment. Then catch this iron rod. Then what happened? He catch that iron rod and he died. Suppose he would have said that the mistake I have only done, I have only stolen this gold thing, everything, and they have given little punishment and they will leave it. He can survive, but he didn't say. He didn't accept the truth. Similarly, if he would have accepted the truth, I have only done, he might have at least left with life only, Adhe madri, once you recognize, accept the truth in your life, you are immortal. If you don't accept the truth, your Sat is your real nature, Atma Swarupam, which is immortal. You claim your body, mind, Anritam. நான் இந்த தேகாத்ம பாவனை, நான் மைண்ட் சூக்ஷ்ம சரீரம் இந்த பொய்யானதை வச்சுண்டு இதுதான் நீ சொல்லிட்டே இருந்தன்னா யூ பிகம் மார்டல். Prarabdha will come like an iron rod, burning rod. It will torments you, scorches you. Prarabdha. Therefore, never say I am body, I am mind. Say what? Aham Brahma Asmi, Atma Asmi. That is the Sat. Poyyana or flesh, bone, marrow, water, the fire principle. This is how you can take you are. You are embracing the Mithya. You are saying that it is real. Any Guru says you are not that, you are Atma. Na pomata Vedantam class. That means you are voting for what? Anritam, Mithya, Asat. Unreal thing you are claiming, and what will happen? No, that prarabdha will scorch you, will jara, marana, all will come. Therefore, as early as possible, ippiravi tappinal eppiravi vaikumo, claim that reality, you are that Brahman. How? Come to the class and study thoroughly. Own up that you are the Atma Swarupam. You cannot be the bone, marrow, flesh, blood made up of fire, earth, waters. They are also Karyam. Out of Sat only they came. Therefore, all the way Sat is available here. In what form? I exist. What do you say? I exist. நான் இருக்கேன் என்று சொன்னதுக்கு அப்புறம் தானே எங்கே இருக்கேன்னு சொல்றேன்? நான் இருக்கேன், நான் இருக்கேன்னு எனக்கு தெரியும். அதுதான் சித். I am conscious of that I am. I exist ன்னு எனக்கு தெரியும். தெரியுமா தெரியாதா? அதுதான் சத்தியம், ஞானம், eternal. Therefore, I am free from birth and death. Birth and death are only to the body, mind, which is made out of what? The three elements. Three elements made out of what? Sat. Therefore, I, this Sat, I am giving existence to this body, mind complex, which is made out of three elements, which are made out of me, this Sat. Now, I am the Jagat Karanam or not? I am the Jagat Karanam. I am not Karyam. I am the substratum. Mayeva Sakalam Jatam. Important mantras are 621. Sorry, 613614. 613614. Then 621. First section lo 3 and 4 mantras. Second section lo 621. Then 632. Then 654. Then 686. 8th section, 6th mantra. Then 687. Aitadatmyamidagam sarvam. Then 611.3, then 614.2. So what is the final teaching na? Sadeva Soumya Idamagra Asis. There is no second thing other than Sat, The existence, that existence I am. I am the existent consciousness principle appearing in manifold names and forms. When I say I am appearing means OC or RC, RM, OC. I am OC Sat, existent consciousness principle alone appearing in the different names and forms in different bodies as Chidabhasa I am appearing. There are many kannadis, many mirrors are there. I am only one. My forms are only appearing in all the mirrors. Each body is like a mirror, kannadi. I, the Sat alone in the form of Chidabhasa in every body like mirror. I am not the body. Mano buddhi ahankara chittani naham. That is why in Nirvana Shatkam, all these Panchabhutas are also I am not. Because body is made up of Panchabhutas. I am not the Panchabhuta. But what we are doing? Janma Janma Sanadi Kalama நான் சொன்ன உடனே இந்த மித்யான பாடி எடுத்தோடனே அகங்காரம். என்ன அகங்காரம்? இது தப்பா தெரிஞ்சுக்க வேண்டிய விஷயம். இது கேட்காமலே வந்துட்டிய குரு கிட்டான்னா. You have to ask, then only Guru will teach. You require tremendous Shraddha, Bhakti, then only you can know your immortal nature. You can claim. When Guru says, Tat Tvam Asi, you are that Sat principle. What I have to say? Aham Brahma Asmi. This Aham Brahma Asmi has to go pierce. How many koshas? 5 koshas. How many bodies? 3 bodies. For that they give an example. One needle with lot of petals. You know, pierce that needle inside, it goes this side. Inside. அது மாதிரி இந்த 5 கோஷங்களை தாண்டி போகணும். நான் என்ன யாருன்னு சொல்லணும்? நாட் ஃபிசிக்கல் பாடி, நாட் vital body, not intellectual body, psychological body, even Anandamaya Kosha, Priya Moda, I am not. I am lending existence to inert matter. Matter is in motion. Now tell me, just like all parts are in the space, or space is in the part? All parts are in the space. Similarly, in all bodies there is Atma, or all bodies are in the Atma. Instead of telling all bodies in Atma, all bodies are in me, the Atma nu sollanum. Enna sollanum? All bodies are in me, the Turiya Atma nu sollanum. We should not say all bodies are in Atma. Final, they are all in me. This is called Sat Vidya, not Sad Vidya. Sad Vidya, Sat na iripudal, irikkirar. Brahman is existent principle. With this, 6th chapter of Chandogyopanishad Summary is over. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.